Dennis, what do you remember about that insane game 2 years ago? And do you feel like you guys have have really made progress as a defense since that happened?
Yeah, I mean, I remember the tempo. I remember us kind of rallying together, to get that win. It was definitely a different offense that we hadn't seen all season, and we made the adjustments that we needed to make during practice that week in order to be prepared for those guys. So hopefully we can do the same thing, this time around. We've been practicing really well so far, and so hopefully the results will show.
Dennis, what did you learn against the tempo last week that you can pull towards this week?
The tempo, you got to get back home so that you can slow down and recognize the call and recognize the offensive formation. I think the advantage that we have is that we're used to that UCF tempo, so we just kind of had that go over into this week. So as far as what did we learn, just learn we have to be able to settle it down. We have to be able to kind of control the tempo in our own minds. Getting back home, kind of be waiting for them to start to play.
Dennis, when you guys are in a little bit of a rut like this, 2 straight losses, 3 in the last 4, I mean, is there anyone in that locker room who sort of grabbing guys or is getting in front of the team and kind of taking it upon themselves to be an individual leader in a time like this?
It's awesome to see guys who you wouldn't always categorize as leaders step up during those times. Actually I would categorize Quadri Allison has been a big voice lately. His maturity level is out of this world. The other captains on the team, Rafael Lopes, all these guys are definitely bringing their all to work every day. We have an Eagles group, and those guys voted for us as leaders, during our camp season, and those guys tend to be more vocal, and they definitely try to, in their own ways, get guys going for practice. The challenge is, to show up to work every day and give it all you got. You got to focus on one thing at a time, and different guys help us do that each day.
It's the challenge sometimes then making sure guys aren't trying to take on too much then to try and break out of it, because that's where I'm sure a lot of the penalties and things like that have been coming from.
Yeah, exactly, man. You got to have tunnel vision in this game. You can't think about the past or the future. You got to think about your next step. You know what I mean? So that definitely is the challenge.
How much of a biggest difference maker is Dungy for their offense?
Dungy's definitely a difference maker. He's a playmaker. You know what I mean? Somebody that we got to look out for. We don't want to do too much. We just want to make sure that we get him covered up.
Does he look like a tight end with football?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I would say so.
Does that what makes him kind of unique to run that? Normally you see the hurry up offense and you put a smaller guy running it, but there's this huge guy that's running this offense.
Yeah. But like I said, we try not to focus too much on one guy. We just try to play our game. I feel like we'll be okay.
The teams that have had success against him this season, what have they done to try to neutralize him?
That's a good question. I honestly, I'm not really sure what they do. I know what we're going to do. We're going to try to focus on our game.
You guys switched up the defensive look a little bit last week going to the nickel. How did you think that worked for you guys, and how did you think Pinnock did, sort of sliding in at that slot corner role?
I think Pinnock did awesome. He covered up his guy. I think our nickel defense is a great change-up. I think it helps us cover up guys when teams are spreading it out. That's why I think it will be advantageous for us this week too.